Hey there, beautiful souls. Welcome to Universal Wisdom Tarot and to your main monthly general intuitive tarot reading. Please remember that this is a reading for the collective, so it may not resonate for everyone. Now, before we get into any key astrological highlights, I just want to say that if you're enjoying these videos, then please take a moment to smash that like button and click the subscribe button if you haven't already. It's a really great way to support the channel, and it lets me know that you're interested in more videos like this. So let's get back now to our monthly highlights. Pluto stations retrograde on the 4th, and that is the perfect time for deep introspection. You can go within, you can get to the root of your problems, and even break bad habits. It's also an ideal period to examine your relationship to power. Do you manage it well, or are you tempted to control others? On May 10th, Mercury enters Taurus. This transit favors common sense solutions, so tap into that and then you'll be less likely to make errors. It's also a great time to plan any home improvement projects. When the full moon in Scorpio arrives on the 12th, it's time to let go of grudges. This is your best lunation for releasing old baggage. As you do so, you'll feel so much lighter, and your intuition is elevated, so be sure to pay attention to your feelings. The sun in Gemini on the 20th means conversations are about to get a lot more lively. Curiosity reigns supreme. Wit is in, and gossip is too juicy to ignore. You'll want to indulge your mind with classes, books, short trips, and even parties. This is a highly social period, so enjoy yourself as much as possible. And the big news of the month is when Saturn enters Aries on May 24th. Now, Saturn is associated with boundaries, structures, and lessons. Aries, like a wild child that wants to break the rules. So during this period, you'll want to find a way to tame your impulsive side. Find the balance, take responsibility for your issues, and when you do that, you'll grow in exciting new ways. This transit is also ideal for leadership, so take the reins. And now, let's see what direction the tarot will lead you in this month. I'll see you on the other side of this video where we can examine the messages from the guides. All right, beautiful souls. This is a reading. The sun, moon, and rising sign of Aquarius. Hello, Aquarius. I hope you're well. And we're going to dive right into your messages for the month of May. And I'll begin by giving thanks to the angel spirits, guides, of the universe for the messages they provide, and for assisting me in interpreting the messages for the highest vibrational good of my Aquarius seekers. All right, so could you please give me the messages you would like to give to Aquarius for the month of May, please? Have the Two of Pentacles. And the King of Wands. And Ace of Pentacles. You have the Death card. Okay. The bottom of the deck, you have the Ace of... It's funny. I was going to say the Ace of... That's so weird. It is the Ace of Swords, but when I see this particular Ace of Swords, I want to call it the Ace of Wands. Why? Because the Ace of Wands is usually about fire, and this is an Ace of Swords, but it has a lot of fire on it. Okay? So it's a bit of a dual energy that goes on here with this Ace of Swords. So let's start by talking about that, right? Aces are the cards of new beginnings. Something new is happening, new opportunities, new potential. But I feel like this is not just in your mind because, or if it is in your mind, if you're getting these new ideas, new thoughts, new patterns, you're also getting very inspired and feeling very passionate about these new ideas, new thoughts, new whatever. Because of all that fire energy that's around it. So you're getting a bit of, I would say, a bit of the Ace of Swords, but you're also getting the Ace of Wands kind of tied together there, my friends. And that's always a very interesting energy because nonetheless, both are, as I said, new opportunities, new starts to whatever is going on in your life, in any area of your life, right? Take it how it resonates. There is definitely new beginnings, new seeds of ideas that are being planted that you are getting very excited about. It's like a brand new spark, okay? Now, for some of you, this could be a new job that's coming up, a new creative energy. It could be something that's just highly elevated in terms of its energy. Energetically, there is something very high here going on. Now, I also feel for some of you that this is allowing you to claim your power. It's like taking charge of your life in some way, shape, or form. You're definitely doing that. Now, as we get into this Two of Pentacles, this King of Wands, this Ace of Pentacles, this Death card, a lot of change going on for you and a lot of busyness is what I'm feeling. And I would say even more importantly, I feel like there is a lot going on in your home. Okay, I don't know, a lot of busyness or a lot going on in the home. I feel like for somebody, there's a lot of trying to maintain a balance, or you're juggling something, or there's a lot of work going on at home, or it's home and work that you're juggling, or there's just a lot of multiple little mini projects you're dealing with, and you're trying to you're diving in, head first into all of that, and you're trying to be flexible as you're trying to get all these things done. But I do feel for somebody that home this month is where everything's going on. So if this is very big busyness for you related to home, I'd say it could be because maybe you're moving, you're redecorating, you're doing something with home, I don't know, furnishings. I feel like for somebody there's an energy that you're trying to create your perfect castle for yourself, or you're taking your castle to the next level. I feel like, I also feel like for somebody, you're getting your home ready for perhaps visitors. If you have people coming by, or that you just want it to look nice, you want to get your home in order, or your nest nicely organized, because if you do, then you have less stress, especially if somebody comes over on the fly and you don't feel like, oh, I wish I would have straightened up a bit before they showed up. Okay, I don't know who that's for, but you're definitely looking at the big picture of things with that King of Wands. All right, now as we get into a bit more of that Ace of Pentacles, I feel like there is a shift for you, or again, this is for the collective. So for some of you, it's the resonance of opportunities for more resources, more profit, but also for somebody, some some new opportunities for study or education, degrees I'm feeling for somebody. Yeah. Let's get into your clarifiers, because this is an interesting read. Sometimes I get these reads where it's sort of for half the collective, and then the other half is for the other half of the collective. So let's take a look. Let's see what the cards want to bear out for you. Let's clarify this Two of Pentacles. There's a lot of juggling going on here. So you have a lot of balls in the air. You've got a lot of projects on the go. But I feel like you're handling it nicely. Like you're able to handle it. It isn't overwhelming, but it is a lot going on, and you're doing it with purpose. Like you're doing it for a reason. There's the King of Pentacles. It's like you'll take on more projects, because the more projects you take on, they're coming out successfully. So you're taking advantage of the energy of being productive. You're taking advantage of the energy of, well, I did something and I got it done, so why not do 2 more things, and let's just see how far I can go with this, right? With effort comes energy, comes productivity, comes success. So you're just kind of rinse, what's that expression? Wash, rinse, repeat. Wash, rinse, but repeat, right? So you're doing that because you're seeing that that's a successful path for you to getting these multiple projects done and doing these things. I do feel for somebody it's very much related to their home. I don't know why I'm feeling that, but I got to put out your messages that I get and what my guides are telling me, right? For somebody, it's related to their home. It's related to getting organized. For some people it's spring cleaning, but whatever it is, it's success for you. It's making you feel successful, right? It's that 6 of Wands recognition for yourself that, oh, I did a good job, I cleaned it up, I feel better. You know, sometimes for us when we clean things or we declutter things, we get a sense of accomplishment from that, but we also get a sense of more of a clear head, right? We feel like less clutter enables us to think clearer, or to not get bogged down in the stuff that we collect, okay? So I find for somebody there's definitely been some success, but I'm also feeling, again, still I'm feeling that energy of, it's like somebody's going to show up and you're going to be so glad you took care of some stuff, because you're going to go, oh, wow, I didn't want them to see my messy closet. I'm so glad my closet, I cleaned it before I had to open that door for them. Whatever it might be. Take it how it resonates, okay? But I do feel that for somebody there, okay? All right, let's continue to clarify that. Two of Pentacles. One more clarifier for the Two of Pentacles. Yes, Sun card definitely makes you feel good about doing this. Okay, as I said, clear mind, clear head, feeling better, feeling more in alignment, feeling like, okay, I'm not. There's a sense of, zen, which comes with cleaning things out and having more space. Okay, you're making more space for yourself, and perhaps you're making more space for new things or things that you are bringing into your house. So when we redecorate, we take out old things and then we rearrange, and we also bring in new pieces too. So there could be a sense of that here for somebody as well, where you're, as I said, you're creating the castle on your own terms, in your own terms, right? This is your vision. This is the big leadership vision that you have as that King of Wands. King of Wands is a doer, a shaker, a mover, a manifester. He sees the 30,000-foot view. He is the leader. So he puts in the plan he wants and he takes action on that plan. And therefore, he gets things done because he's very successful, because he puts in this effort, right? So you put in, your castle becomes your castle on your terms if you put in the energy and the effort to do so, right? All right. I do feel like there's an energy of, also with this Okay, I'm going to put that out there because it's also in alignment with this Ace of Pentacles. I'm getting for somebody a career change is possible. If you don't have a career, I feel like you're changing your ideas of what you want to accomplish, your goals, whatever goals you want to accomplish from this point forward in the year. I feel like you are looking at your achievements, your objectives, your goals, your whatever. Okay, so there's a change in that, and that goes in alignment with that Death card as well. Okay, so I'm feeling that for somebody. This could be for you as well, and that, you know, the month is shifting and morphing in terms of its energy throughout the weeks as it goes on. All right, let's look at this Knight of Wands. Tell me about this Knight of Wands. Your Knight of Pentacles. So it's like one step in front of the other. One foot is one step. Second foot, second step. It's a slow progression here, but I do feel that if you're thinking about making a change in your goals, objectives, your career, your financial situation, your what have you, you are being very methodical and taking the right steps, really planting the seeds that you want to grow in a nice, I'm going to say a methodical manner, but very slowly. You're not rushing here to get this done. I feel like if you planting the seeds of your future career, you're giving this good thought. I feel like you're putting in an action plan because you have that Seven of Swords as well. So there is some kind of strategy that you are applying. Now, again, this could apply to you and your basic, cleaning and managing that home situation where you're making it the perfect home for you. You're putting in an idea. You've got the idea and you're actually going to perhaps put it on paper to manifest it in a better way, right? As I said, King of Wands is a manifester, right? He makes things happen. So, the strategy is not just in your head. The strategy is on paper, or it could be a design if you are actually moving things around in the house, right? You might actually draw a picture of the room and be moving those pieces around the puzzle. Now, for those of you where this is related to your change of career objectives and what have you, I feel like for somebody, it's a perfect time to make an exit. So the strategy would be to have your resume ready and at hand, okay? Well before the day that you jump ship. So make sure you have the resume, make sure you have another backup plan to, another job. You should never leave your current job unless you have another job already lined up. Just better to be safe than sorry, okay? All right, let's clarify one more card for that King. Yeah, you have the Ten of Swords, so that tells me something is coming to an ending, something is coming to completion, perhaps the current projects, current objectives, current goals, current career, and looking to change that up a bit or move. You have the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles is the card of new opportunities, new financial opportunities, new career, new job, new something, right? It's the beginning of prosperity and success. It's a new prosperity and success, all right? And I feel like there is a new document for somebody. I also was getting a sense of education. I don't know why I was getting that, but I'm going to put it out there because I feel like for somebody, there's some serious studying that they want to do. It is, I would say, an ideal time in that, let's say, third week or so to really brush up on some studies. Now, again, it doesn't have to be necessarily for school. It could be you're brushing up on some topics for what your projects that you're doing, right? So you could be just, Googling a lot of stuff and how-to books and how to do home self-home things, I want to call them. I don't know what the terminology is there, but do-it-yourself projects. That's the term I'm looking for. Thank you, truly grateful. And I feel like it could be that kind of study, right? That you're hitting the books, you're polishing up your skill set a little bit there with that in order to get that huge pinnacle right there. Okay. Yeah, let's continue to clarify that. King of Swords, using your intellect, using your knowledge, using your skills of discernment, using your observance of something, being very observant and sharp, right? To figure out this whatever. But I feel it again in terms of that studying or using, reading. Somebody's reading a lot of online whatever. Okay. Now, this is interesting because you got the Lovers and the Empress card just came out at the same time. And it was very interesting because earlier in the read, I was getting a sense of something to do with relationships, but my guides were not pushing those words out of my mouth. They were just sitting in the back. These messages sitting in the back and they weren't coming out, but I was feeling a little bit of something going on romantically for somebody or nurturing a relationship. So those messages will come out now because it's there in the forefront. Okay. I feel like for somebody, if you want to flirt, this is the good time to do it. Okay. With that Ace of Pentacles, I was getting a very strange feeling off it, which I don't normally get, which is why the messages didn't come out. But I am feeling that a bit now, which is, if you want to flirt, this is the good time. There's new flirting going on. There's a new relationship potential there. If you're going to flirt, you're going to flirt like a pro. I'm sorry, I have to say that to somebody. Okay? If you're single, there is a new opportunity here for you to meet somebody. If you're already partnered up, I would say it is a signal that things are going to be a little bit spicier with your loved one, but it's such a nurturing energy for both of you is what I want to say, new or, long term. I would even say good time to go out on a date night if you haven't done that for a while. It's really, really ideal for that. Let's continue to clarify that Ace of Pentacles. There's a Knight of Cups. Yeah, there's a proposal, right? There's the love. There is the gentleness. There is the thoughtfulness. Something that the charming energy that's going on between you and somebody. That is that flirtation that I was feeling and that notion of wanting to flirt. Okay. Let's get into the Death card. Definitely a change here, though, that's going on in your life. Change for the better in all cases here. Not that it's a major transformation. I'm feeling that it's just with the changing of the seasons comes the changing of the work, is what I want to say, in terms of, especially if you are a work at home person or you want to do work in the home, i.e., it's spring, or it's summer coming. So, what do? We change out, we put out lawn furniture, we work on the garden, we change up the outside environment to be able to spend more time outside. That's the energy I'm getting off of this Death card, making a change, sort of going from one season to the other and having this rebirth as a result of it. Okay. So let's clarify that, and you get the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. There's a lot of busyness going on for you in terms of that home environment, all right? Inside and outside. All right, let's continue to clarify the Death card, please. Page of Cups, yeah, having some fun and having some, again, a little bit of flirtation, having people over. Enjoying the entertaining is the other thing I want to say to somebody. It's nice to have people over, and as I said, if your castle is all in check, and why am I saying that? Because there's that King of Wands again. If you're putting in your plan to have your place the way you want it and nice, and you've done all that cleaning and all of that, planning things out and changing the furniture and rearranging and yada yada, all that stuff, all that good stuff we do. When you have visitors over, you're gonna go, I'm so glad I did that. All right, let's get now for you, Aquarius, some messages from your future higher self, or your higher future self, let's say. Your higher future self. Let's see, what messages does Aquarius want to give to Aquarius? What does the higher future self, Aquarius, want to give as messages? Okay. Give me a second here, get me a couple messages. Okay, we got like 4 messages here. Give me a second. I'm gonna pull them all out. All right, so first message that came out was let go. I mean, really let go. There's something better on the horizon. A new career path will be highly successful. Trust the magic of newness. I feel like that newness, that career, that success, that studies. You're going to make mistakes, and it's okay. Sometimes you learn by messing up. And the last message you got was, don't allow a scarcity mindset. Don't allow a scarcity mindset limit your success. I'd say don't allow a scarcity mindset to limit your success, but that's okay. It's not written to on the card, but I think that's what it means. All right, Aquarius, 4 nice messages from your future higher self. I will leave your reading there. I hope something in it resonated. Don't forget to click the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Let's get the subscriptions up. Let's grow the channel. I'm going to get out there and do some live streams after. Let me know that you're interested in that by subscribing to the channel. Then I know I should be getting out and doing those kinds of things. All right? And I'll see you again very soon. Until then, please know I am, as always, wishing you divine light and love.